but I definitely never thought I would be here. And I am learning so much, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I am a 22-year-old, and I just graduated college really recently, just like in August. Like, I won't even be vague. I hope that this is a good place for all of. I just want this to be an opening place for everybody, and just a place where people can find solace. Hi. So basically, this is the beginning, or the first. Sure, we'll go with that. This is the first video, not that I've ever done. I have tried so many times over the years considered making my own. I'm looking at myself on the thing, so if you see this and it looks a little bit weird, that's why. But I have considered making my own YouTube channel. I've been watching YouTube videos for the longest time. Let me tell you how long it's been before we kind of get into everything. I have been watching videos since Charlie Is So Cool. Like, even before this, but like this is the person who I remember the clearest in my head, is Charlie Is So Cool, like on YouTube. And I used to be obsessed with him, but that's another story for another day. And I used to watch, Grace Helbig and Mamrie Hart. That was kind of more in my getting in the high school days, but in middle school, it was all fueled by ramen and Charlie Is So Cool, like, and just so many other people who I don't know if I would use the word, like, I just admire them so much. And I'm a big theater person. I did theater growing up, and I'm sure we'll talk about that more getting into this, but I have always loved just learning about people's stories and learning about them, and getting to know other people through the stories that they tell. And I kind of decided when I was younger, I was like, well, I want to do that too. I think I have an interesting story and I want to share it. And I think everyone has an interesting story, and I think their story should be told in that, the idea that you can, that you're not the only person out there experiencing something or feeling something or going through something just as simple as, like, you do this and I do this, and that's so cool. And I think I watch so many YouTubers to this day, and just, follow so many different bloggers and different people, just of all, people who aren't even in the social media sphere. I just like hearing their stories and relating to them. And even if I don't relate to them, just hearing their stories and learning from them. And I think that it's just about time that I go out and kind of practice what I watch, or practice, what I preach, that, that it's important to share your experiences, if not only for you, but for other people, for their enjoyment, for their learning, for their development, for whatever. So, I never said my name, but my name is Auhria. I am a 22-year-old, and I just graduated college really recently, just like in August. Like, I won't even be vague. In August, I graduated college in August, and I moved across the country. I am from the southern part of US. I'm from Florida. All my Floridians out there, hello. If my family are the only people watching this, don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'm worried about y'all. But I moved across the country, and now I live in the western part of the US for a job, and it has been the biggest change of my life. I mean, one of the biggest changes. There's some other ones that are huge, but one of the biggest changes of my entire life. And I have only been here a few months. It's now exactly December 31st, at 5:01 p.m. I have this big thing. We'll learn this about me in this process, where I like to keep my clocks 2 hours behind the time that it actually is, because I like things being on Florida time. I'm still not over Florida time. So my clock in my car, I'm sitting in my car. I was scared of losing daylight. I just came from the store, but I felt like I really needed to film this today just to get started. I think 2019 has been such a huge year for me. I don't remember what happened at the beginning of 2019. That's a story for another time again. But this whole decade has been huge for me. I was talking to one of my closest friends, and he was 2 in the beginning of the 2000s, and I was 3, and we're just talking about how crazy it is, how much has come. Like, when I don't even really fully remember being 3, but I know I was very certain that I was going to be a pediatric surgeon, and I had this whole life planned out for myself. I was so sure, and it's just crazy to see how much can change in 19, 20, whatever amount of years, whatever amount of space. I've seen so much change happen between the ages of 18 to 21, and people told me, I think people tell you, like, oh my goodness, you don't even understand how big of a change, how much you're going to go through between 18 and 21. Like, you're different people. I did not know the amount of growth. I don't think I've ever become a different person. I've always been quite sure of the kind of person I am, and what I will and will not tolerate, and what I will and will not do, and what I do and do not like. And that's always been very rooted, and I think a lot of people undermine that. I think a lot of people already know who they are and know what they want at their core, but we see so many people telling us, well, you don't know, you're not old enough, or you haven't experienced enough. And while that is true in some respects, that you haven't fully gotten to the point where you've learned all these lessons to become fully who you are, at your core, you know who you are. You spend the most time with yourselves. So that was a tangent on its own, but I think that it's just crazy to see how much has changed. And now, I never thought I would be living where I'm living. I never thought I'd be doing what I'm doing. And I'm not gonna lie, and this has been the most difficult thing I've ever done, to be so far away from family, and to be in such a different thing that I'm used to. I work in tech. I know, to the people, my family and friends who know me, and to the friends who don't know, that I've moved across the country and am in the tech field now. It's surprising to me too, but it's so cool, and I'm so glad I pursued this. But I definitely never thought I would be here. And I am learning so much, and it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. I've talked to my friends who also moved across country for various jobs and stuff like that. It's difficult, and the only thing I do with this channel is stressing and just helping other people get to the point where they're comfortable for when it's their time to move on to college, or a job, or to anything that they're doing, making their first apartment, or getting their first car loan. If I can just help people feel prepared for that, emotionally and in any other regard, if that is my only job and the only thing that I do with this channel, then that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want people to ever feel the way that I have felt in the past, or that my friends have felt going into something when they're not fully prepared. I think a lot of things get romanticized in life and get glossed over, and I think that being just prepared and knowing what's going to happen helps. It won't fix everything, but it darn sure can help you get through it a little bit better. And if my hope is that I can create a community of people on here like me, different than me, of different cultures and backgrounds and just orientations and experiences and everything, just different people who can just be supportive of each other and supportive of everyone's journey, and that we could learn from each other. I am a sucker for learning about people and just how to be a better person. And if that is what we do on here, and we just work together, if it's just me, my family, my friends on here, then we're all getting better together. But I invite anyone who's on here to experience this with me and to go on this journey with me, and hopefully you learn some things on the way, and hopefully you teach me some things on the way. I love when people kind of correct me and they tell me and how this can be better, and I love to improve. So I hope this really gets us started on the right foot, and that we're on the right journey together. Happy New Year to people everywhere. Happy New Year. I can't wait to share my journey with you guys, and I can't wait to hear about your journeys and to grow together. Even if this past year, this is me about to get off my soapbox, but even if this past year was so hard and it wasn't as amazing as you thought it was going to be, and you didn't reach every goal, or everything fell apart when you really were trying to make things better, or if your year went great, I think you have to respect both sides. Know that all you can do is keep moving forward. You can't go backwards. You just can't. So just keep moving forward and share your story and learn from your story and learn from other people's stories and keep getting better. If not for anyone else, do it for yourself. You owe yourself the best life as possible, and I hope that I can help you achieve some of that by watching mine, or just sharing mine, or just being someone to hear what you're going through, or and kind of game planning on how you can get it through it all together, and just seeing the journey. And this channel won't just be just face to face. I'll carry you guys along with everything. I want to carry you guys along to see what my work week looks like. Sometimes you'll have to bear with me. Sometimes my English is terrible. I'm gonna be real. Just take you kind of on my work weeks and kind of go with me to my life in this new state. I live in, here it is, drum roll, I live in Utah, which is, I never thought I would live in Utah. I didn't even know where Utah was. Really, I did know of Utah because when I was a kid, I was obsessed with wedding cinematography, and a lot of wedding cinematography at the time growing up was really big in Utah, and a lot of the videos that were being posted on YouTube were all happening in Utah. So I did know of that, but I never thought I would move here, and I did not know it would be such a culture shock and such a shock overall. And I definitely want to talk about, for the people who experience that kind of east-west ethnicity-based cultural shocks, or any kind of cultural shock, no matter ethnicity, gender, whatever, those type of shocks, talk about that. I want to see if other people out there have experienced that, and how they're making it through, and how they're making friends. I really don't have any friends out here. The people at my job are the people who I spend kind of every day with, and I'm so grateful for them. But I want to make those connections with you guys, and I hope that I can be the person who you see, who you can be well, she's going through what I'm going through, or she's going through something different, and so how can I embrace other people who I know are going through the same thing that she's going through, or just how can I learn from that? I think we have so much to learn from each other, and I can't wait to get started. I do not want to ramble and make this too long. It's already a 12-minute clip. I'm sure I'll edit it pretty okay. I'm filming on my phone. I don't have a camera right now because I just kind of got started, but I definitely want to get started. I spent so many years wanting to do something like this, and just wanting to get started, even just for myself, just to have a place to just be me and just share what I want to share. And I hope that I hope that this is a good place for all of. I just want this to be an opening place for everybody, and just a place where people can find solace, and where we can all grow together. So Happy New Year. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just keep your chins up. My saying, my bio on Instagram has always been chin up, kiddo, because life will kick you a billion times over and over again. But keep your chin up. It'll be okay. I promise. Okay. Happy New Year, and I can't wait to see you again in the next video. All right. Bye.